episode of the Final Fantasy XIII Randomizer. And now this time we are back to actually making progress instead of all the lovely lost progress from there. We are in chapter 9, which is
on your toes.
Essentially escape the airships. This is one of the first ones where we get free reign of every single character. Well, not at the moment because our party has been split up. We haven't quite hit the famous scene of, actually, we haven't hit the famous scene of its, Fang inspecting Vanille's mark on her butt. And I think we've already skipped over the scene where Fang wanted to look at Lightning's mark on her chest. Which, that convinced everyone that Fang is absolutely lesbian. Or, she's from a culture that doesn't have the same issues with body nudity in that as the West does. Never thought of that one. But anyway, we are infiltrating the ships because they found out the bad guys on the ship, Emperor Daisley, and we want to say hello to him with edged weapons because he bad something or something. I mean, he is bad. He is secretly manipulating us and whatnot. And this is the chapter where you get to see one of the probably more fan favourite characters, Jewel Nabat. Unfortunately, Jewel Nabat gets killed in a cutscene before she even gets to do anything, which is horribly unfair. She would have made a very interesting boss, and they rectify it somewhat in 13.2, where she is a challenging but DLC only boss. Now, okay, we've got to sit here in the elevator till we go back. The music in this area is nice and chill. It's the Chocobos of Pulse? Oh, I think it is Chocobos of Pulse. But, yep, we haven't hooked up with Snow. I think we've got Snow? Google Puppet. Oh, that's sell item. Who do we actually have? Okay, Fang, Snow, and Lightning. Hey, that's good enough. What are paradigms? That's good enough as well. I have no issues with that lot. That should be pretty much perfect. We're going to bank up CP and see how we go.
Bad's waiting for us.
Yes, something bad is indeed waiting for you. There is the first of the butt handless fights at the end of this chapter. I believe there are quite a number of items to be had in here, along with a whole bunch of enemies. So we're scaling. Oh, we've got the bombs, the citrons. Okay. You don't look quite like what you're supposed to be there. Oh, and we're fighting you with the bombs. Now, I know that you guys are going to absorb thunder, so let's not hit you with thunder. Good. What are you weak to? Blizzard. Convenient. And no idea for what the Falco has. But these ones should not be much of an issue. This is a very weird layout for the outside of your airship. Honestly. That's a really nice large chunk of enemies. That should be some good CP. At least we have Renew and we can get some hit. Ooh, self-destruct is not what I want to see.
No hesitation.
Especially on Lightning.
And so it ends.
We might be avoiding that large group of bombs. If you don't wipe them out quickly, they can get out of hand fast. Especially when you get a chain reaction of several of them self-destructing at once. Okay. Well, we wound up on this side, which is all good. I can see a something hiding out over there. Well, I can see a treasure chest hiding out over here. It is guarded by a motorcycle. I think that's normally guys in jetpacks. So in this, it seems to be that enemies of a similar class, so like small or flying, are all switched out with each other. It'll be interesting if we get to Gran Pulse to see what the enemies there, how they get switched around. Mostly I'm thinking of what the Adamantides, whether they get switched around. I would not fancy fighting the Long Wii to begin with. And we get... Oh, Moogle Works upgrade. Now, we also got some equipment when we started this chapter, which I'd forgotten. We got a Hero's Amulet, which is crit bravery, physical wall 5. So that ability means that you take 5 less damage from physical attacks. Whoop-de-doo when things are doing 1,000 plus damage a hit. Strength plus 50, it's not bad. Tungsten, speed sash. Let's give this one to lightning. And we've still got the CP times 2, which will be nice. Now, we've got more bombs bouncing around. Okay, those things don't yield terribly much XP, but they also aren't terribly difficult. Let's dodge the bombs. Nope. We've hit the bombs. Let's blizzard the bombs to death. Hopefully get those killed off before we get hit. Yeah, looks like we've got this one wrapped up. Hey, used a few renews to get through it, but that's fine. We've got the points. Although we're down to only 1 point now. The only issue is if this thing decides to use Gatling on the lightning, then a little bit problematic, because that is very likely to instantly one-shot lightning. That's their only really dangerous thing. But if you happen to have a Sentinel, then you're good. They can take the aggro. And I think those enemies are supposed to be from Snow's chapter, where you're learning how to use a Sentinel. Okay. Any treasures hiding down there? Nope. A lot of it does still feel like wrangling the camera to behave. What do we get? A white cape. I think that is protect from poison or something similar, so it's unlikely to get used. And there is, I think, one enemy that's really useful to have protect from poison on. Okay, keeping an eye on enemies. Dodge. Nope, didn't quite dodge the bombs. Bombs are still scary. 1000 CP is not bad though. Okay, into the building. Well, not building, it's the airship. And of course that means into cutscenes. Oh hey, I forgot that Saz was not with us. Let's see, is Saz with Vineal still? He's still with a hell of a lot of cutscenes, that's for sure. Oh dear, we've tripped the inevitable alarm. Now do we have no more people? Oh well. Oh, hello, we've got spear guys, but I don't think these are as arsehole as some of the ones that were in Brescia. And I think it's bazooka dudes at the back. So we will be continuing. So at the end of this chapter, I am hoping that Hope has about 1200 HP. That should be enough. Failing that, hopefully someone other than Hope has a decent Sentinel roll so that they can take aggro. Or Hope has got his Synergist roll, which will hopefully deal with his damned Eidolon. Reason we want to get into the Eidolon chapter is because it's going to be the best leveling spot. We're going to have the access to the most number of items, and we have access to the Seath Stone missions, although we will not be doing terribly many of those most likely, simply because they are not needed for beating the game. Ultimately, our goal is to gain enough strength and items and equipment to be able to take on the final bosses. For the final bosses, I would preferably, very much, definitely want haste on someone. Raise for preference onto healers. Some more useful debuffs would be useful. Poison in particular, the final boss is susceptible to that. So that is very nice to get. So probably move back to our full damaging loadout. Take out the bazooka guy. And obviously enough damage to be able to deal with the boss's HP. The absolute final boss is a little bit unusual in that you are on a timer, again Doom timer like all the Eidolon fights, and you need to stagger the boss before you can deal damage to it,
And I was just getting
and then
started.
once it's staggered, you have to be able to do enough damage to kill it off in essentially one stagger, because that's all the time you get. Now, unfortunately, this area has a horrible siren, so I think I'm going to not bother showing terribly much of this. We don't really need to be hearing too much more sirens in the background, and we will get to an area that does not have
Let's get this over
sirens.
with.
Stop flying via an item to get a Pearl Wing Staff. That's for Vanille. That one, I honestly don't remember what that one's supposed to do. That might be her debuff one. We're just avoiding the enemies. And another treasure chest. After that flan, it is a Frost Ring. Could be useful. That'll be Bar Frost or something like that. Oh, we did not miss the encounter. Oh well. For the most part, the enemies seem to be fairly easy to dodge. Ooh, there's a big flan, big flan. It's also guarding a treasure chest. The Alchemy Cruise, for whatever reason, absolutely loves to target whoever your main character is. Which is not great when you want the damage to be split over your party members and not have your controlled character die. And last of the treasure spheres for this area, it is a sprocket. Wow, that sucks. Ah, we have Saz and Vanille now. And no more damned, what's it, alarms. Well, we have got 7,500 CP, which I think is worthwhile putting into some leveling. Okay, accessory. Which one was I in the middle of trying to get? Where the hell was the accessory on this one? Yeah, having lost the progress, I was like, where was I in leveling these guys? I don't think this was the accessory that I was going for. This is very deep. So Ravager one, I suspect. Asuna is nice. Where's the accessory? There it is. This is also quite deep, but there's at least a few good stats here, and extra HP is not bad. Plus Asuna is useful. Oof, that CP disappeared. So 94 strength, she's not particularly strong. ATB, nothing else. Ooh, Ruin Gut is a useful ability for her commando role. That's heavy damage on all targets. Sentinel. Protect is useful, so Medic seems to be the best one to dump stats into. Okay, their paradigms look good enough. What are these froggers like? Oh, they're going. Oh, that's not a frog, that's a ghast. Mud frogs. Have not fought them yet. And ghasts I have. They've only got. Wow, those ghasts are going to die horribly. 900 HP. Okay, Flame Strike. Wow, I forgot that Saz does not have much in the way of ATB. Not after having lightning with tons. Okay, yeah, that ghast basically dies to 1 or 2 attacks from Saz. And the CP that they give is predictably trash. Although we're piss easy to beat. So now we've got these two. Oh, got to activate this. So we've still got everyone joining up with each other. Avoid the frog. I'm going to suspect that this way has, just looking at the minimap, a treasure. Interesting. Where's it? Oh, I can't. I have to go to beat the thing. Fine. Oh, courtship dance. It's going to get more enemies in here, is it? So nothing seems to have spawned with that courtship dance. Maybe they cannot summon enemies in this particular battle zone. I don't think it... Oh, unless it got interrupted. Could have been interrupted. But no, this one did not get interrupted the first time. Interesting.
See you, Daddy, now.
It's possible that it can only be spawned in on certain maps, which are where it's supposed to be from. Alright, so this door is suspicious. It's in a one-ended pathway. Enemies are locked here. I'm gonna say that, yeah, there's a treasure here. Alright, these enemies are easy. Okay, we have an access to another set of shops. to use all of the gil that we are absolutely not obtaining. Is there a convenient treasure chest? Treasure chest? Nope. Oh, treasure chest right here. We get some gil. 3k gil is also pretty trash. Not trying to get an upskirt of Vinyl skirt there. The camera just knows what it wants to show, which is... right, all the codes. They go with, like, they do actually make a joke with all the different codes. Like, at the end, Nabat gets flustered. Is this it? Yep, still there. Oh, we're back to these guys. And back to having the alarms blaring. Alright, how good are these sets of drones? Hopefully, you can use water, I think. Okay, their damage is pretty low, it seems. Their HP does not seem to be incredible. Deck drones. Oh, these are actually meant to be from this area. They have not been randomized. Although I think normally you get them outside. Which means that we seem to be slightly over level for this point in the game, but we have definitely had slimes that are enemies that are beyond this point. Alright, we know it's level 10. Okay, no, surely it's not meant to be here. Immune to lightning. I suspected they might be. Oh, we got one of these guys, the Rakshas. Which version are you? You are the Skatane.
Nothing I can't handle.
Well, on your own, you are going to die. Let's see, what's in this floating orb of goodness? It is a Crystarium expansion. That was indeed a floating orb of goodness. So that's potentially some more well, is more levels. Expensive levels, not gonna lie. There is a floating orb of niceness over there too. And I think I do actually have to defeat that enemy group. And in this bouncing ball of joy, it is going to be 4 flywheels. Yeah, less joyful than the Crystarium expansion, I'll be honest. And here we have Unicorn Mart. Okay, some more shopping stuff. So where we want to go is guarded by these green ones. So Deceptor Soul. I don't particularly want to fight. Oh fuck, they're fat. Didn't want to fight 3 on 1, but hopefully when they're all staggered, this enemy grouping, much easier to deal with. Astatakni and the little deck droids. I did pour in points into the Crystarium, so my guys are slightly stronger, but not incredibly strong.
Thanks.
We are getting about to the point where we are needing 1,000 or so CP just to gain 1 stat point, and if those stat points are like 3 HP, it's really not showing all that much. Well, these guys do have some good stat nodes up in the higher levels of the Crystarium, but then you're getting into like 7 or 8,000 CP per level, or maybe like 100 and something HP. Okay, stop ganging up on lightning. And now we can get past without having to sneak past the oozes. Much easier. Oh, we've got epic music now. And easy enemies for these guys. So this looks suspiciously like the core of the airships. I'm sure we're not going to be doing anything untoward with it. Well, ignoring the enemies because they aren't guarding any treasures. What do we get? And Eden Pharmaceuticals. That's not super interesting. I mean, actually, well, we could have some items. If it has Phoenix Downs, that's okay. Even though Phoenix Downs are somewhat expensive. I think they're like 5k a pop. Alright, 1 Stakatni with these 2 should be fine. Can't launch it when we do stagger it though, that's the only downside. So this is the next point. I feel like there's probably another treasure in this room, but moving the camera is a pain. Oh, 2 things, okay. Let's get rid of the deck drone first. This forced encounter is not too difficult, especially since Saz and Vanille have the highest HP out of all my characters. can just, well, for the most part, stick in this paradigm and not have to go and heal. Still not reunited, and I forgot to check the new weapon for Fang. Not Fang, Vanille. There's going to be an item down there, isn't there? Well, we'll grab the item, have a look at the Plautus's workshop, and all the other things that we've picked up. And then I will be calling it there for the episode. One of those annoying flans. Let's get rid of the deck drones first. They'll be the easiest. Please don't kill lightning whilst we're transitioning. It's not nice that they both want to target lightning. Okay, deck drone is done. And now we can wail on this guy. And the last treasure chest yields us Rod of Thorns. 2 weapons for Vanille. I think we can look them up in the inventory. Okay, Pearl Wing Staff is magic, no bonuses, but it's better magic for her, so I suppose it's going to be for that. I can't see what the abilities are. Oh no, they just don't have any abilities. And slightly less magic. Okay. And the last thing to check is going to be the shop. We've got 4 shops upgraded. Black Belt, Resist Physical, that's not bad. And critical shell, critical haste stats actually could be useful. I don't know if I think it only procs haste once per battle. Hey, Phoenix Downs! Ooh, and they're cheap. Yoink! Den of Duelers is not bad. Ninertra, Magic Up. Better than our Stifled Magic. And it's cheap enough that I'll get it. Vidofna, defense maintenance, which is not useful. Silver Banger, HP plus 100. Yeah, that's cheap enough as well that I would like one. Crit Bravery, useful. Time extension, not useful and expensive. Not useful, definitely not. Trapezahedrons. The ultimate in upgrading your weapons to final tier. Flipping expensive. Never going to get used. Rod of Thorns. We just got that out of a treasure chest. And that's it. I mean, Imperial Armlet, resist damage 10% is nice, but it's 500k. Okay, Solaris. Not going to be used. Who's that for? That is for Snow. Improved Ward is nice, but it's 700k. Malphas. Not likely to be. Paper Tiger, it makes him very squishy. Transparent Ooze, Gold Nugget, that's a sell item, so it's not useful. Speaking of sell items, what's it? Categorize. And sell off our Moogle Puppet for a nice 18k. We've only gotten 2 incentive chips out of all those enemies that we've fought. So we're up a bit more. Now let's see. Equipment. Tungsten Bane got 150. That's better. Okay, you are going to get a little bit more HP. Silver Bangle, yes, HP 100. Because your HP is not amazing. Hope only has the 1 accessory slot, unfortunately. Ooh, but he has the Ninertra, which buffs his magic up. Because he's not using magic. Well, that will do us for this episode. Next episode, we'll be finishing off this chapter, which means going through the gauntlet of the wings there. And maybe starting on chapter 11. Hopefully, revenge on that bastard chapter. Until next time, have a good day. Bye.